Event 19, the men's 200-meter freestyle relay. Swimmers behind your blocks, Mr. Referee. In this heat, in lane 3, that is Costa Rica Tennis Club with a combined age of 240, made up of Ruben, Carl, Alexis, and Dimitri. Lane 4, it's the Palm Beach Masters, combined age 240, made up of David, Matthew, Larry, and John. Lane 5, the Puget Sound Masters, combined age 240, made up of Tom, Stephen, Dave, and Ken. And in lane 6, a combined age of 320, that is Richard, James, Ed, and Alan. Lane 4, this is the last leg. Last one, fast one. And the youngin' in lane 6, the only one not in his 80s. There goes Alan, the last leg. Lane 4, unofficial time of 2:09:40. Congratulations, Palm Beach Masters. Our octogenarian relay with a nice time drop there. This is Heat 2, swimmers behind your blocks, Mr. Referee. This is our 280 to 319 heat. Lane 1, Puget Sound Masters, starting off with Michael. Lane 2 from Oregon, David. Lane 3 from Los Angeles Peninsula, that's Eric. Lane 4, Swim Fort Lauderdale, Francisco. Lane 5, Oregon Masters, that's Paul. Lane 6 from Puget Sound Masters, Dan. Lane 7, Wisconsin, David Reddington. And in lane 8 from Reston is Frank. Second swimmers in the pool, lane 1, Steve. Lane 2, Daniel. Lane 3, Greg. Lane 4, Hubie. Lane 5, Mike. Lane 6, Doug. Lane 7, David. And lane 8, that's Rob. Third leg, ready to go. Lane 4, Mark is about to go in. Here goes Steve from 5. Lane 3, that was David. Lane 6 was Alan. Lane 7, Gerald. Lane 1, watch out, because here comes Barney. Last swimmer is in the pool for lane 4. That is Philip. And in lane 5, that's Doug. Lane 3, Duncan. Lane 7, Carl. In lane 8, here goes Brian. Lane 6, that is Greg. Lane 1, is James. First to finish, lane 4, unofficial time, a 2:01:47. Congratulations, Swim Fort Lauderdale. In lane 8, here comes John. Heat 3 of 8. Swimmers behind your blocks, Mr. Referee. Lane 1, Swim Fort Lauderdale, leading off with Will. Lane 2, North Carolina Masters, Morton. Lane 3, Lone Star, Dewey. Lane 4, Oregon Masters, Michael. Lane 5, Lone Stars, Michael. Lane 6, Puget Sound is leading off with David. Lane 7, Oregon is Devin. And then lane 8, Michael. Second leg, lane 1 is Philippe. Lane 2 is Chuck. Lane 3, Francisco. Lane 4, John. Lane 5, Vince. Lane 6, Brad. And in lane 8, Joe. Daniel about to go off in lane 3. Carlos in 2. Paul in 4. We've got John in 8, Pete in 6. Lane 5, that was Michael, and in lane 1, Pedro. You got a hand. Finishing this up in lane 1, it's going to be Victor. Lane 2, Thomas. Lane 3, Tom. Lane 4, Richard. Lane 5, also Richard. Lane 6, Kevin. And in lane 8, Vince. We got a race here at the finish. It's going to go to lane 2. Unofficial time on 1:52:18. Congratulations to the swimmers from North Carolina. This is heat 4 of 8. The men's 200 to 239 combined age relay. Swimmers behind your blocks, Mr. Referee. Lane 1, that's the Croc Masters being led off by Carl. Lane 2, Minnesota Masters, Joseph. Lane 3, Oregon Masters, Charles. Lane 4, Rose Bowl Masters, Ross. Lane 5, Oregon, Brian. Lane 6, Puget Sound, Kirk is leading off. And in lane 7, Swim Fort Lauderdale, Josvanis. Second leg is in the water. Lane 1, that's going to be Matthew. Lane 2, Mitch. Lane 3, Eric. Lane 4, Bob. Lane 5, Keith. Lane 6, Carl. And in lane 7, Marty. Charlie going in lane 4, Mike in lane 5, Gary in lane 2, Corey in 3. In lane 6, that was Doug. Lane 7, this is Zach. And in lane 1, Glenn. Finishing it up in lane 4, that's going to be Ryan. Lane 5, Carl. In lane 3, this is Jeffrey. Lane 6, Bradford. Lane 1 is going to be Carrie, and in lane 7, Michael. We got a race right here still going on, 4 and 5, but it is going to be lane 5. Congratulations to the relay from Oregon Masters. This is heat 5 of 8. Swimmers behind your blocks, Madam Referee. These gentlemen are all combined age between 160 and 199. Lane 1, Flying Fish Heads being led off by Raza. Lane 4, Oregon Masters, Kevin. Lane 5, Puget Sound, Robert. And in lane 6, that's Reston, being led by Andrew. That was Jacob in lane 2. Second leg. Lane 2 is Barry. Lane 3, JP. Lane 4, Grant. Lane 5, Jason. And lane 6 is Gordon. In lane 4, we've got Nathaniel about to go in. Matthew in lane 3, Nico in 5, John in 6, and that's Sean in 2. And anchor leg in the water. Here comes Michael in 4. Justin is going to be finishing it up in lane 5 for Puget Sound. Jason for Reston in 6. Wayne in 3 for the Flying Fish, and it's going to be Lee in 2. And it is Oregon, the 160 to 199. First to finish with a 143.07. This is heat 6 of 8 for event 19, the men's 200-meter freestyle relay. Swimmers behind your blocks. Madam Referee. This is another heat of 160 to 199 combined age. Lane 1, Port Angeles, being led off by Jason. Lane 2, Puget Sound, is Brendan. Lane 3, Puget Sound, John. Lane 4, Little Rock, Calvin. Lane 5, Swim Fort Lauderdale, Blake. Lane 6 for the South Davis Masters, Brian. Lane 7 for Blue Wave, Jake. And in lane 8, Big Sky, Montana, Steven. Second swimmers entering the water. Lane 3, we've got Shane. Lane 4 is Certain, and lane 5 is Martin. Lane 6 is going to be Thomas. Lane 7, Joel. Lane 8, Philip. Lane 1, another Thomas. And lane 2 is Sean. Third swimmer's about to enter the water. Lane 4, that's going to be another Thomas. This is the heat of Thomases. In lane 5, that'll be Neil. Lane 3, Adrian. Lane 6, Russell. Lane 7, that was Donato. Lane 8 is Patrick. Another Thomas in lane 1. Lane 2, it says Brandon. And final swimmers. Lane 4, that's going to be Dominic. Lane 5, Valerie. Lane 6, Spencer. Lane 3, Mouse. Lane 7, Daniel. Lane 8 is Wooter. And lane 1, Alexander. Lane 2 is Brendan. First to finish was lane 4, unofficial time of 1:41.97. Congratulations to the swimmers from Little Rock. This is heat 7 of 8 for event 19, the men's 200-meter freestyle relay, combined age 120 to 159. Swimmers behind your blocks. Madam Referee. Lane 2, that's Connecticut Masters being led off by Lewis. Lane 3, we have no name. Lane 4, North Carolina, Chandler. Lane 5, Palm Beach, Daniel. Lane 6, Blue Wave, that's Baden. And in lane 7, Oregon Masters, Zachary. Second leg is about to go in the water. Lane 2, that's going to be Miles. Lane 3, Alexander. Lane 4, Eddie. Lane 5, Jeffrey. Lane 6, Zachary. Another one. And lane 7 is Aaron. Third leg, let's go. Lane 4 is going to be Mitchell. Lane 3, Timmer. Lane 5, Barry. Lane 6, this is Rowan. Lane 7, Alexander. And in lane 2, that is Matthew. Anchor leg about to enter. Lane 4, we've got Adam. Lane 5, Max. Lane 3, Nikita. Lane 6 is Tommy. Lane 7, Steven. In lane 2, here comes Nick. First to finish is going to be North Carolina Masters. Unofficial time, a 1:39:42. Congratulations, swimmers. This is heat 8 of 8 for event 19, the men's 200-meter freestyle relay. Swimmers behind your blocks, Madam Referee. You're fine. These are the Young Bucks. Oldest swimmer in this heat is 33. In lane 1, Puget Sound Masters being led off by Byron. Lane 2, Rose Bowl, it's Ralph. Lane 3, Rocky Mountain, David. Lane 4, another Puget Sound Masters, that's Flynn. Lane 5, Oregon Masters, Mason. Lane 6, USU Swim, Corey. And in lane 7, Oregon State, Alex. Second leg is in the water. In lane 1, that's going to be Matthew. Lane 2, another Matthew. Lane 3, Jack. Lane 4, Caleb. Lane 5, another Matthew. Lane 6 is John. And in lane 7 is Luke. For the third leg, here comes lane 3. That's going to be Travis, followed by lane 5. And we've got Evan. I don't have a name for lane 4, but in lane 2, that's Joshua. Lane 7, Jensen. Lane 6 is Jensen, lane 7 is Noah, and lane 1 was Connor. Lane 3, here comes Scott. Lane 2, that's going to be Andrew. Lane 5, Samuel. Lane 7, it's going to be Benjamin, followed by lane 6, Carlos, and lane 1, Trevor. Rocky Mountain, unofficial time, a 1:39.09. This is heat 1 of 6 for event 20, the women's 200-meter freestyle relay. Swimmer